Derita, derita, derita. Stop, stop, stop. Okay, okay. Up, 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 up. Don't move on. That's bagus.
Hello everybody, and my name is Rufus, and I'm talking about Jonah today. First, obedience means that you should listen the first time always. Like if you're playing if your mom or your dad told you to do your homework and you're playing your video games, and if you're playing your video games instead of doing your homework, then that's being disobedient. Just like Jonah, he wasn't being obedient. He was being disobedient to God because he did not want to go to Nineveh because he thought that the people of Nineveh would not listen to Jonah. So when Jonah got on the ship, and then God sent a big storm to the ocean, and the sailors were wondering what was happening, so they threw buckets and threw everything off their boats. And Jonah knew what was the problem, and Jonah told the sailors to throw me off the ship, and they did. And then the rainstorm calmed down, and when Jonah was drowning in the ocean, God sent a big whale to swallow him up. And while Jonah was in the whale's belly, then he began to pray and ask for forgiveness because he did not obey God the first time. So when Jonah asked for forgiveness for 3 days and 3 nights, then God made the whale spit him out, and then God said, "Go to the kingdom of Nineveh," and Jonah obeyed God.
There's a voice that cries out in the silence. He's searching for a heart that will love him, and longing for a child that will give him their all, give it all. He wants it all. And there's a God that walks over the earth. He's searching for a heart that is desperate, and longing for a child that will give him their all, give it all. He wants it all. And he says, love me with your whole heart. He wants it all today. Serve me with your life now. He wants it all today. Bow down, let go of your idols. He wants it all today. He wants it all today. He wants it all today. He wants it all. And there's a God that walks over the earth. He's searching for a heart that is desperate, and longing for a child that will give him their all, give it all. He wants it all. And he says, love me with your whole heart. He wants it all today. Serve me with your life now. He wants it all today. Bow down, let go of your eyes. all today. He wants it all today. He wants it all today. All of you, more of you. He wants it all today. Oh, 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 all of you, more of you. He wants it all today. Oh, 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 all of you, more of you. He wants it all today, today, today. He wants it all today. He wants it all today, so give it all. There's a voice that cries out in the silence. He's searching for a heart that will love him, and longing for a child that will give him their all, give it all. He wants it all.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Life Lessons from Life Church. I want to give each of you a big shout out. Thank you for tuning in every Sunday at 1 p.m. Listen, thank you to each of you who like, share, comment. Let us know where you're watching from. Share it with your friends on your page. Start a watch party. Let them know you're about to be blessed with the word and worship from our youth church. Listen, I also want to make sure that you are joining us every Thursday in this month as we've been reading together. And I want to make sure that you're doing your reading. I've been reading my book. I'm reading a great book talking about how to have conversations that you can't text, because I know a lot of us like to text. So that's what I'm reading. I hope that you're joining us every Thursday at 6:30 on our Zoom as we're reading together. If you have not joined us, this is a good week to join us this Thursday at 6:30. Listen, today we've been blessed with the wonderful spoken word by R.J. Rufus Jr. We also have been blessed with wonderful music by Zaria. We've been blessed all day long already. We're about to get into the word, but there are a couple of things we want to shout out to a couple of our youth who are doing an amazing job. Let me just say, all of our youth here at SMZBT are doing an outstanding job. We salute each of you. Some of you have gotten jobs. Some of you have volunteered. Some of you are still working at the church in team leadership. Some of you are helping your parents around the house. Some of you are about to go to school, your first year of college. Some of you are about to return to college, and some of you are about to start in virtual school this year. So we salute you, your tenacity, your stick-to-itiveness. But there are a couple of you who've gotten some accolades, and we want to just shout them out this week. And every Sunday, we're going to give a shout out to people who are doing amazing things. So parents, if your child has done an amazing job, have gotten an award for something, whether it's sports, academics, or even community involvement, send it to us. Let Deacon Ashby, Minister Amiga know. And if you've done something, we want to make sure that we make sure all of our youth are being shouted out, not just in the church, but in the community. So today, we want to give a big shout out to Chase Murray. Chase was the only student selected from Gildersleeve Middle School to participate in the summer program for the Tuskegee Airmen program. That's an amazing accomplishment. Mecca Pulley earned senior leadership status in junior ROTC. We salute you. Zaria Cornelius delivered a powerful song during the transition of Miss Lucy Davis as she transitioned from earth to heaven. We salute Zaria for singing and being able to hold it together and minister to her as she transitioned. Ayanna Smith is showing significant growth in her reading comprehension skills. And Renee Bingham, who is the youth president of the Community Builders Network, 6 Mount Zion, we are blessed because our youth are not just letting their light shine in the church, but in the community organizations and in their homes and with their families. And as Pastor Barbara has been teaching, we are leaning into our gifts. So whatever gifts you have, listen, we want to make sure if you have gifts of spoken word, maybe it's dance, maybe it's singing, whatever it is, maybe it's instruments, whatever it is, we want you to be a part of Life Church. So if you want to share on Life Church, let Deacon Ashby or Minister Amiga know. Put it in the inbox. We want you to join us here at Life Church on Sundays at 1 p.m. so we can feature your gifts. If you have any kind of accolades, we want to make sure that each Sunday as we do this, we call the names of you who are doing an amazing job. All of you are outstanding. We love each of you. Continue to strive. Continue to let your light shine. And listen, today, we're mixing it up a little bit. I employed some friends to come help us out No cap. Today's lesson is about to be amazing. It's talking about the power of influence. Some of us are influenced by our friends. Some of us are influenced by our families. A lot of us are influenced by what we see on social media. So today's word is about to deal with influence. Zaria is going to bless us with another song, and then we're going to get right into the word of God. Let's go.
How great is our God? Sing with me, how great is our God? All will sing, how great is our God? How great is our God? Sing with me, how great is our God? All will sing, how great is our God. You're the name above all names. You are worthy of our praise, and our hearts will sing, how great is our God. You're the name above all names. You are worthy of our praise, and my heart will sing, how great is our God. How great is my God? Sing with me, how great is our God? All will sing, how great is our God? How great is our God? Sing with me, how great is our God? All will sing, how great is our God. You're the name above all names. You are worthy of our praise, and our hearts will sing, how great is our God. You're the name above all names. You are worthy of our praise, and my heart will sing, how great is our God.
So I want to tell you a few random facts about me so that we can be best friends, because what I'm about to tell you, like, we gotta be close. Like, we gotta be here to, like, really. Okay, so a few random facts about me. My favorite color is black. Random facts. I used to work at McDonald's overnight shift, like from 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. for 3 years back when I was in college. It was the worst. If I had to tell you one thing not to order at McDonald's, can I legally say this? Don't drink the sweet tea. Other random facts. I used to have 2 pet frogs. They were little tiny tree frogs. One was named Spring Break, and the other one was named Prince Charles. We called him P-Chuck for short. They both died like maybe 2 weeks after I got them. Oh, that's not funny. They were so cute. So here's the thing. I recently found out that you can ask just 2 questions and you can predict the likelihood of whether or not someone's actually going to change the world. And so today we're gonna camp out on these 2 questions for just a little bit, because I want you to know that you are a world changer, but it's not enough for us to just say that and believe that. There's actually things you have to know and do. And so we're gonna ask the 2 questions, and I'm curious what your answers are. The first question is this: do you ascribe to the Disney doctrine? I know, you're like, Disney doctrine, what is that? It kind of goes something like this. It can be summed up like, when you wish upon a star, makes no difference who you are, anything your heart desires will come to you. That's the Disney doctrine. You've heard it before, right? Can we play the music or is that copyright? You've heard it before, right? This is the Disney doctrine, right? It says when you wish, things will come to you. So close your eyes and bow your heads and cross your fingers and cross your toes. And if you could just imagine like a 4-leaf clover, if you have a rabbit's foot, that's cool too. And no, we're not about to pray. We're about to wish. The first wish is we're going to wish to end world hunger. Everybody together wishing to end world hunger, okay? The second wish, we're going to wish for 1,000 more likes on whatever platform of your choice, TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat, whatever, just 1,000 more likes when we open our eyes. And the last thing we're going to wish for, because this is really personal to me, I've always wanted a tiny pet dragon. And so I just want, when I open my eyes, for a tiny pet dragon to just appear here on my shoulders. Okay, on the count of 3, I just want everyone to wish together. 1, 2, 3. Do you say amen at the end of a wish? Okay, open your eyes. Duh, that didn't work. I was just proving a point. Yes, you get it. Wishing doesn't work. Like, even the dictionary defines wishing as the want or desire for something that cannot and probably will not happen. See, wishing just doesn't work. You can want something all you want, but until your want has action, it's just a wish. Yes, you can quote me, tweet me, at me. Yes. So what's better than making a wish? Having some hope. There's actually this guy, he spends his whole life studying hope. Like, that's his literal job. He's a professor at a university and he's written a book. And he defines hope this way. Hope is a belief that your future can be brighter than your past and you have a role to play in it. Think about it. All 3 parts. Your future can be brighter than your past and you have a role to play in it. Let that sink in. So story time. Okay, when I was a kid, I'm gonna say I was 6 years old. I was probably closer to 12, but we're gonna pretend like I was still a really young kid. And I remember like walking out of the front door of my house, sitting on these brick steps. It had like, the sun had set, the stars had come out. And so I look up in the sky, I try to find the brightest star because it felt like if it's not the brightest star, you're probably not making like your wish for real. And so I look up and I make my wish. I just set my intention. I focus on the star and I wish, I just want to be able to eat fast food breakfast sandwiches whenever I want. Like, it doesn't matter as long as there's strawberry jelly. Like, I'll take an egg white grill from Chick-fil-A, sausage biscuit, whatever it is. I just want unlimited access to fast food breakfast sandwiches. Why was I such a weird kid? So wishing doesn't work. But let me tell you a story about a time I had some hope. So I went to this conference. I was in high school, and think like thousands of people in an arena, powerful leadership talks, worship, all of that. And there came a point at the conference at the very end where they were showing a video of, you know, this town that was just ravished by poverty. And they said specifically, I remember, for less than a cup of coffee a day, you could feed this kid for a year, or these people, right? And they passed out these plastic cards, and you could look at the face of these children and, you know, adults and whoever, and you could choose to sponsor them. Me, I was somewhere between high school, college, like I was a little bit older, maybe 17, 18, maybe 18, 19, but I was working a minimum wage job. I didn't have a lot of money, but looking in the face of this child, I was like, I have hope that this child's future can be brighter than their past. It wasn't about wishing, right, that they would have food to eat, or wishing that, oh, because we're in this auditorium singing these songs, that these lyrics would just go feed this kid. Like, that's not how it works. The whole point was that I had a role to play. I had to be hope. I had to actually take action. Like, I remember going home, finding my credit card, knowing like I'm not making that much money. Like, I don't have extra cash just lying around, but I know I can do something. And so on that faith and with that hope, put in a little credit card number and sponsor this kid for as many years as I was financially stable as a teenager. So no, it wasn't perfect, but I acted, right? Here's the point. Wishing waits. Like, it's suspiciously inactive. See, wishing waits for something to change or some good thing to come to you, but hope seeks out those opportunities. Hope gets its hands messy. Hope decides to go do the work. Hope says, because of what Jesus did for me yesterday, I have a role to play today in making someone else's tomorrow even brighter than their past. Wishing waits and hope hunts. You want to talk about ending world hunger? Don't just wish that world hunger would be over. I need you to hunt out opportunities to feed someone who is hungry. You want to talk about ending racism? You can't just wish that everyone would get along. No, you have to actually hunt down opportunities to talk about justice, to have empathy, to engage in those conversations. You want to up the moral standard of your friend group or the people you're around at school, then you need to hunt opportunities to actually be the moral standard, to call people out in love, obviously, but you need to look for these opportunities. You have to hunt for it. Don't just wish for things to be different. What's better than making a wish? It's having some hope. It's being some hope. Like, listen, guys, let Disney teach you to dream, but let God show you how to go. Wishing waits, but hope hunts. So I said that there were 2 questions that could predict whether or not you were actually going to change the world. The first one was, do you ascribe to the Disney doctrine? Like, do you just live your life on wishes, or do you actually have hope? The second question is this: do you believe that you have power? I know it's not a really flashy question, and it's easy to just be like, yes, I believe I have power. I believe in Jesus. I go to church. But let's actually think about it. Do you believe that you have power? So there are lots of different types of power, but I know that you possess at least 2 of them. One of them we talk about a lot, your influence. And one of them we don't talk about enough, your authority. So let's talk about how to harness both of them. So influence is a good thing. It's basically like when you watch a YouTube video and they give you a discount code for this thing they just reviewed and they influence you to go make a purchase. Great, wonderful. Influence is a good thing. It is not a bad thing. But authority is even better. So let's kind of compare the 2. Influence can be canceled. I personally don't ascribe to cancel culture. I believe that people deserve second chances, even if their actions should be canceled and the dumb things they did or said should be canceled. But you see it all over media. You do one thing and people are ready to unsubscribe, unfollow, put your information out there, call you, blow up your phone, just try to ruin your life because they don't like that you had influence and now they want to cancel that. That's a reality of the world we live in right now. But God's authority is indestructible. You cannot destroy God's authority. There's nothing you can do. Since the beginning of time, everything he set into motion is just living out its course. God's authority is indestructible. So influence and authority, both are good and you have both. But my prayer is that this year we will lean into our authority even more. And I know you're like, what power do I have? I don't really have that much authority. I can't even get my parents to let me post what I want on TikTok. Listen, you have so much power and authority. And I just want to read a few of these over you right now. You have power to resist Satan. You have power to cast out demons, to speak in new tongues, and to heal the sick. You have power to destroy strongholds and arguments that set themselves against God. The same power that raised Jesus from the dead is alive in you. And I know that sounds big and scary, but listen, just start small. Look for opportunities to use your power and your influence in order to bring life. Start really small, even down to littering, right? The earth was created to give us life. When you litter, that snuffs out life. Look for those opportunities to step in and to be life. Listen, greater is he who lives in you than he who is in the world. That's the whole point. You have hope and you have power, and it all comes from God, and you can go change the world. Listen, God can do anything through anyone, and that includes you.